Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 22 here on the PS5. We are continuing with our Williams career. We are up to Monaco as our next race, and then Baku as well. They are the two races we're going to tackle tonight. It's going to be a rough one, I think. At least Monaco is probably going to be a rough one. Baku might be a little bit better. The underfloor that we developed and purchased for our car last time out actually gained us quite a bit of time, nearly half a second on our previous car's performance. Of course, we're not the only team that's upgrading. The rest of the field is also doing upgrades as well, so that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to gain half a second on the rest of the field. But I think we've got a chance of a decent result at Baku. I think Monaco, if we can get a strong start, we might be able to hang on to some track position, but yeah, we are going to get absolutely battered by the Ferraris here. We're going to get lapped at least twice, I would say, at this race here. Let's take a look at our performance targets. I don't know if we're going to reach Q2. We kind of knocked on the door of Q2 last time out. Finish position wants us to get 2 in the top 15. Maybe, if we get lucky. The qualifying position streak has reset. Let's see if this is still bugged and it's still going to give us a completed objective, even if we don't actually complete it. If we do, then it is potentially only worth $500,000 this time, which is a little disappointing. We were getting a lot more on the last attempt. Do I want to try a guaranteed finish position streak? You know what? Yeah, I think I will. Let's try one car in the top 15, 3 races. That's potentially worth another $500,000. So we'll accept that one. Let's double check our cars are built with the latest spec parts. Let's have a look at the warehouse. We are really low on chassis parts and suspension parts. Ooh, okay. Probably should have built some of those. We haven't got any manufacturing slots available. That's why we didn't build them. What parts are we building right now? Front wings, side pods and underfloors. Okay, so yeah, I remember now. If we do have problems, we're going to have to switch to an older spec. I do believe we gave all the parts that we only had one of to Albon. Yeah, there we go. So Albon's got the one chassis and the suspension, and then a spare for him. When we get to race day, I might swap the parts back over, if I can. We'll see how that goes. Let's head off to practice.
Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy Le Rascasse to the treacherous Saint Devote, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Okay, so let's start setting these cars up. I'm going to start with hard tyres for the first session. Let's put in some older parts. Oh yeah, that engine's completely dead, isn't it? Forgot about that. And so is that ERS. So is that gearbox. Okay, so that car is pretty much as is. Let's go with full wings on the setup. Let's go full roll bar in a 9.1 spec. We're going to go there. And let's go there. And we'll go for 22 laps. Yeah, 22 laps. Driving options, go slow as always. Onto Alex Albon's car. This should be significantly faster this weekend because it's got better suspension, better chassis. Well, maybe not significantly faster, but it should be faster than Porsche's car. Car parts fitted. Actually, it might not show as faster in practice because it'll have an older engine and an older gearbox as well. Yeah, that gearbox will last. Alright, let's get Alex's car set up. Again, we're going to go full wings. It is a very heavy circuit. Let's just pull that in a little bit. Try something a little different with this car. Yeah, let's go with that. Again, we'll go with 22 laps. And go slow. And off we go to practice. How you doing, Dirty Trucker?
Radio check, yeah, can you hear me? Copy, radio check.
You put Formula 1 Manager on your laptop this morning. Good man. So I'm really hoping we can qualify well here, because that is going to be the most important thing we can do, is qualify well. Unfortunately, qualifying well for us is probably going to be P15. Even that might be a bit of a stretch. But you never know, someone might get held up. This is easily a circuit where someone can get held up. We might try and do tactical qualifying when it comes to the end of the session. See if we can send out a car and run it slow. Just to hold up the rest of the field. It's a little naughty, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how we're doing pace-wise once we get to quali. How you doing, Mr. Water? Good to see you.
What was the balance, please?
Okay, that's a good start. We've got a great car.
Good.
Yeah, copy that.
Let's see how Porsche does.
Okay.
Also a great car. So, strong start. We're going to run them a little bit longer until their fuel runs low. So another couple of laps. Then we'll bring them in and tweak them. Right, let's have a look at these cars. So our cornering is not good. Everything else is pretty good though. So we only really need to play about with the camber, really, and the toe. Let's pull that in this way. That gives us minor changes to traction and oversteer. We can correct the braking stability to a minor change there and a slightly bigger change on that. rear wing stays optimal, I think that could possibly be it. So we'll get that car reconfigured. And over here, oh, braking's way off. Roll bar and rear wing are spot on. So again, let's play with the camber and the toe. Let's go... Let's go there. Pull the front wing in a touch more. Let's just go back that way. Let's play with the toe. There we go, minor change to the oversteer, minor change to the cornering, slightly bigger change to braking stability. Again, that could be it. Be really nice to hit these out the park straight away. Monaco is generally one of the easier circuits to set up for because it's generally, you know, full wings and then pretty high on the toe and the camber. Well, Hamilton's had an accident.
Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Looks like he spun and hit the wall. Yep.
And there we see...
Okay, so these are ready to go out, aren't they? So send out, send out. Got a fair bit of car part knowledge to accrue by the look of it for Porsche. Not quite sure why Porsche is so different. Maybe it's because I put him back on older spec parts. I mean, that seems a bit weird. He should already have knowledge of those parts. Maybe it's just because he hasn't run those parts in combination with the car setup as it is. I'm looking forward to the second half of this season, when we'll hopefully have a car that can, you know, occasionally challenge for the points, you know, on pace rather than, you know, relying on freak weather and safety cars.
How is the balance, please?
Okay, balance is still only great, so
Car feels good.
still need a little bit more tweaking. What about Porsche? Did we nail Porsche's car?
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
Come on, give me that feedback before we pit. Give me that feedback. There we go. 85% and 91%. That's not too bad. Okay, so we've gone the wrong way with our cornering. So we need to go back that way. Which means we need to pull that back to there. We've gone the wrong way with the front wing by the look of it. Oh, that was the best. We were there. So let's go there. And let's pull the camber in a bit more. That's where we were, that's where we're moving to. We have broken the traction by doing that. Let's move the roll bar, and now we can really kind of play about with these a bit more. Now we're still off. really changed the way I need to change it. Let's give that a go. It's putting the front wing back to where we started. It's putting the cornering close to where we started. The traction should stay optimal, but we are changing the braking stability enough to probably get that to optimal. It's just, I'm not sure about the front wing and I'm not sure about the cornering, but we'll see how that shakes out. So let's go with some mediums this time, and again we'll go with a 21 lap run. Driving options, go easy on the pace. Alex's car is a little bit closer. We did break the front wing, and we've broken the rear wing a little bit as well. Let's do that with the front wing. I need to pull that in, change that to there. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Alright, practice 2.
Radio check.
Still trying to figure out exactly why Porsche's car parts knowledge is so low. Maybe he lost some because he completely totaled his previous car. Maybe that's had a negative impact on his knowledge. Because he's gone back to original spec parts, so I mean he shouldn't. You should already have 100% knowledge on those parts. Unless he didn't have... Unless, you know, both the side pods and the underfloor went on at the same time, which is why his practice knowledge is, or his car part knowledge is lower. Because I know Albon got the side pods first, because we only had one set. And then he got the underfloor first as well. Maybe that's it. Alright, we've got Albon's car to optimal. With Porsche as well, that'll be good. Then I can just leave them on runs for knowledge. Okay, Porsche is still great. Oh, so close, so close. Alright, that should do it then. Back to a 10 front wing. I should have stuck with that. Never mind. Let's turn his car around and let's do Porsche. Porsche is still way off. Okay. Need to think about this one. I might need to change the roll bar, which does push it a long way away on traction, but we can pull it back by changing our camber. We can pull that right in. Let's try that. See if those changes are what we need. So how goes your Aston? No, not your Aston. Sorry, your Alpha Tauri file trucker. And Mr. Water, I think you're on McLaren, aren't you? Is that right? Or did you switch to a different team? These tyres should easily last for the rest of the session. I'm not too worried about that. Fuel load will be about right. It's just whether we're going to have enough time for Porsche to give us feedback. Unfortunately, James Irwin, not the best when it comes to feedback. So it does take him a lot longer than Pierre, who is Albon's engineer. You started a Haas playthrough tonight, did you? What's your driver lineup going to be? Have you replaced anyone? Alright, Alex is still optimal, so hopefully that change should make him 100%. Just waiting on Teo's last bit of feedback now. Got him optimal. Good. Okay, is it 100% optimal or is it a little lower? Guess we'll find out in a couple of minutes. You've left it the same. What about your reserve driver? Are you replacing Fittipaldi? Ah, there we go. Look at that, 100%. Beautiful. So we can just send these guys out just to run.
We return for the next day of our highly anticipated race weekend, which sees the end of practice and the start of qualifying. Practice 3 affords the teams one final opportunity to tweak their setups as the drivers get to grips with the tracks every turn. Once they reach qualifying, there simply won't be time to think twice. Drivers will need to outdo one another if they're to climb their way up the grid and secure themselves a solid starting position for tomorrow's race. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
So because our setups are nailed in, we can just run. So we'll go with the 25 lap run on a set of softs. They should hopefully last 25 laps. And then we can just refuel them and send them back out if we need to on a fresh set. Let's see, how long will these tyres last, just out of interest? 38 laps, okay. That's down to 0, I think, so maybe 30 laps before they hit the cliff.
Radio check.
Got a little bit of gap between the drivers because Albon's worn engine and gearbox does make him a little bit slower than Porsche right now. There we go. Don't want them tripping over each other. So we're easily going to get track knowledge up. We'll get Albon's car experience close to max, but not quite there, I think. Hopefully we can get Porsche up to the 90% on his car knowledge. Actually, we might max out Albon. Let's have a look. It's going to be close. We might just max him out. And yeah, low to mid 90s maybe for Teo. His tyres do go faster now. Yes, they do. There is, as I say, there's more of a difference between the compounds now. You do notice it. Okay, so they're both at 100% now on track knowledge. Car knowledge is getting there. And that is half the session, so we'll get the full XP boost as well. I think we'll just leave it at that. We'll let them run. No, we'll just let them sit in the garage now. Save a bit of wear and tear on engines and gearboxes and the RS modules. Ooh, excuse me. Especially for Teo, seeing as he wiped out an entire set of engine components in his collision with the Ferrari at Barcelona. Looking at the times, Porsche is actually a couple of tenths faster than Albon right now. That's all down to him having completely fresh components in his car. We should see Albon be quicker by a couple of tenths in the race, I think. Qualifying will tell all.
Anyway, good job. Thank you very much.
And I will be replacing Owen at the first available opportunity. There's a couple of engineers I'm thinking about. Both drivers get their 15 out of 15 bonus. It's especially important at a circuit like this. Right, let's swap out those parts. Put a fresh gearbox in. Leave the engine and the RS, they're fine. Get rid of the cooldown lap. Swap the engine. ERS is fine. Definitely swap the gearbox. Get rid of the cooldown lap. Alright, we are ready to go. Yeah, there we go. Qualifying.
Radio check, yeah, can you hear me? Copy, radio check.
We didn't get a clean lap. That's annoying. Alright. Nothing to do now but wait till the end of the session. Not going to waste tyres on another run until the end of the session. There's no point going out mid-session. We're probably only going to get held up again. It's just that kind of circuit. And on the off chance we do make it through to Q2, I'd like to have a set of tyres available for that session as well. Oh, crap. Nearly didn't get my car sent out then. That would have been bad. Porsche is actually in 14th right now, but Vettel and Stroll might not go fast. Might not go faster. Russell definitely going to go faster. Alonso's definitely going to go faster. Magnussen's probably going to go faster. But we got everyone out. We are last but one. Sorry, we are last and last but two. Porsche is in front of which of the two is that? Is that Magnussen between us? Yeah, Magnussen's between our two cars. We haven't watched a quali run for a while, so let's watch this. Porsche might well hold up Magnussen, which would actually be quite useful if he does. Let's see what Albon can do. Remember, Porsche is running an older spec chassis and an older spec suspension. Won't necessarily be a huge drop in performance, but it will be a drop in performance on what his car could potentially do. And it does look as though he's holding up Magnussen, so he may stay above him here. No improvement from Porsche in the first sector, or Albon for that matter. Porsche improves in the middle, as does Albon. Come on boys, bring it home in the final sector. We're into the drop zone, which is expected. We're not going to gain half a second on Ricciardo. Are we going to beat Magnussen? Yes we are. No we're not. Magnussen's still got us. We got above the two Astons. But there you can see the difference, 10th and a half between Porsche and Albon, so not ideal.
Drivers are strapping themselves in, ready for race day.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be
Williams
eager
had
to
a rubbish
demonstrate.
performance. Shut up, Karun. You know nothing. Right, in terms of strategy, it's going to be a one-stop, but there is the potential for a safety car here. I am toying with the idea of starting on softs and trying to be really aggressive at the start, switching on to hards early, and then trying to hold track position and hoping for a safety car so we can switch onto a faster compound of tyre later without losing too much. But I don't necessarily want to do that with both drivers, so I think I might try that with Alex. With Teo, I might start on the mediums. Yeah, we'll do that with Teo. And then with Alex, we'll start on the softs. Can I actually make those softs last? Oh. It's a bit... It's going to be a bit of a stretch. This is definitely going to be a gamble. I don't think that's actually going to be worth doing. Yeah, time-wise, it's no different. Would have more speed on the first couple of laps, but after that, those tyres are going to drop off, and we're going to be slower than the mediums. So we'll stick with mediums. Yeah, let's go with that. For Alex, I might switch it round for Teo. Might start on the hards and switch to the mediums. Yeah, we'll run the opposite strategy for Teo. Fuel-wise, I'm going to take a bit of fuel out. Just the one lap. Going to push the tyres and really go for it at the start. I want to try and make up a couple of positions off the line if we can, because that could be crucial.
A somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid. Here we have Alexander Albon. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And looking at the second Williams car. With their starting position in the back 10,
Where's the car?
They'll have their work cut out for them.
Camera's
The
position.
race starts
There we go, there he is.
seconds away.
Trying to show me behind the barrier.
It's time for one of the most exciting races in the world. This is the Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh, this is the least exciting race in the world.
And away we go.
This is the only real drama. Is the start. See if everyone gets through Sanderbot first without crashing.
Okay, that's good, very good.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Nice work.
So Porsche has managed to get ahead of one of the Astons. Got ahead of Vettel.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Can Albon get past Tsunoda? We are chasing guys on soft tyres right now. Let's take a look. Tsunoda's on softs, Schumacher on mediums, Ocon on hards, Zhou soft. Then it's just medium and soft. So there's only three cars, including Porsche, on hard tyres right now. Interesting. Surprised by that. I thought there'd be more hard runners at the start than that. But it does mean it's going to be very difficult trying to get past Tsunoda. How's Porsche doing with Ricciardo? Oh, he's having a look. Go on, son. Make it stick. Make it stick. Nope. I've noticed they don't go for an overtake there. I don't know why. It's one of the few spots where you can actually overtake on this circuit. But I've never seen the AI do an overtake there. Back to Albon. Still trying to find a way through. This is going to be all about the exit coming out of Raskas.
DRS enabled, DRS enabled.
Not a great entrance onto the start-finish straight. We've got the DRS, well, we've got the ERS. It's not enough. And we are struggling to keep pace with Sonoda right now. That's not great. I need to calm the tyres down soon. We'll give them one more lap. See if they can do anything on this lap. If not, we'll ease them off. Porsche had a failed attempt again. Let's put Porsche out to full deployment. I'll do the same with Albon.
Full deploy.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Yep, copy.
See, Tsunoda's trying to shape up Schumacher for an overtake, which is why it's hard for us to make any progress. And Schumacher's trying to eye up a move on Ocon on his hard tyres, so yeah, I don't think we're getting through here. So I'm going to go into harvest mode. I'm going to calm the tyres down.
Charge on. Charge on.
Oh, we got past Ricardo. Okay. I missed that. I'll watch for the replay when that comes up.
And a new position just gained by Williams. Let's see what happened there.
Oh, he
Now,
faked to move to the left and then cut to the right. Great little overtake there.
Gaining a position there. Oh, they make it look so easy.
Great move. Have ever you wondered why cars do that kind of weird little zigzag on that straight leading up to the hairpin, or the sharp turns? There's a big bump, big bump in the side of the road. That's why the cars do that. They take avoiding action. It's been like that for many years, as long as I can remember. Okay, I'm not going to try and push Porsche onto the back of Albon. I want to protect Porsche's tyres. He's got to go a long way on those tyres, and I want him to try and remain competitive. So we'll leave him as is. Let's take a look at the intervals. That says we're 1 point... Are we really 1.7? Yeah, 1.5 seconds off. Oh, no! No! We lost the position because we were recharging the battery. Oh, that sucks. That's all right. We'll have another go. We know we can get past him.
McLaren gain a position.
Albon is dropping back because he's charging up. But luckily that battle is not going anywhere. So we should be able to cruise on back up to that again pretty quickly.
Charge off.
Okay. Let's speed time up a little bit because this can be a long race. Okay, Albon is actually dropping back, so I'm going to have to push him again just to get back onto that fight. Porsche is fully charged, so we can get him onto the back of Ricciardo again. The Astons have caught up again. But they are on medium, so that's not surprising. Okay, we're inside a second, so let's go neutral. Let's get Porsche just to push up a little bit. I'd like to harvest, but I can't afford to drop off. Need to stay with these guys. He's caught back up. Let's go back into neutral. And let's see what's happening further up the field. So Verstappen leads Leclerc. They are neck and neck. Then you've got Perez a couple of seconds back. Another couple of seconds back is Sainz. Bottas is still doing well. 6.5 seconds back, but he is
Yuki
clear.
is off.
Oh, Yuki's crashed. Is that Yuki crashing?
So,
This could be interesting. We might see the soft runners
Oh, and that's a
dive
crash.
in.
We can take a look now. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved.
Oh, looks. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got held
Clearly,
up.
something went very, very wrong there.
Damn it! I wonder why we hadn't got past him.
The team are really disappointed.
So we've lost touch with the cars in front. That's annoying. Hopefully Yuki's going to have to pit. And that'll free Albon up to go past him. But yeah, this is not great. His front wing looks intact. He took a big whack on his on the rear of his car, so he might have damaged his chassis slightly or his suspension. He may have damaged his tyres as well. But none of the soft runners seem to be taking advantage of the VSC to come in and pit early. And Yuki is not pitting early either. That is disappointing. Not going to get much charge. But we try and get some.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
I think I'll lose some ground doing this, but needs must.
Yes, enabled.
So, assuming that Yuki hasn't suffered damage to one of his tyres, which he may well have done, he may have lost some life in one of his tyres, he seems to have escaped that pretty much unscathed, which is frustrating. Porsche's dropping back from Ricciardo again. I hate having to recharge the ERS with a crap car because you just drop back so quickly. It does not help that you lose all that time when you're in a VSC as well. You still lose to the AI unless you keep your cars pushing. Yeah, you start trying to go conserving at any point during a VSC and you just start bleeding time. Porsche's not completely out of striking distance. He's on the same tyres as Ricciardo, but his tyres are in worse condition. It's not great. Yuki's tyres still showing pretty healthy, so it looks like he managed to completely get away from that crash scot-free. That is really annoying.
Charge off, good job.
Yep, copy.
Alright, let's whiz forward a little bit. You can see how far ahead the leaders are compared to the rest of the field. Well, compared to us. It's crazy how far a gap they've pulled out already. 40 seconds in 14 laps. That's that's terrible. We are falling away from Tsunoda, who's closing back up on the cars in front. Are we closing on the cars in front? Let's see, lap times. We are slower than Ocon. That's not great. Not by much, but it, you know, doesn't have to be much. If we're slower, and it's going to compound every lap. Yeah, we were half a second slower there. Alright, I need to start saving some fuel again. Not much we can do now apart from wait for the pits. Or maybe a safety car. A safety car would be really useful right now. Bring the whole field back together again. Or ideally, a safety car right after the soft runners stop. It would benefit Albon as well, because he could make an early transition to hards, whereas the rest of the medium runners would stay out.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, Porsche back in front of Vettel. I didn't even realise he'd been passed by Vettel. Sixteenth and 18th right now. It's not bad. It's not great. We would have been a lot closer to 13th had Tsunoda not had that little love tap against the wall. We were able to keep with those cars thanks to DRS, but as soon as we lost that, we just started dropping back. That is the plight of the back markers, unfortunately. And Verstappen is already getting close to lapping us. How are our tyres doing? Looks like I can extend Albon's run a little bit if I need to. Or just push him and maybe try and go for an undercut. It's going to be tight. And I'm not going to get... I'm 15 seconds back, 14 seconds back. I'm not going to get an undercut. Yeah, the only way we're going to make our positions, I think, now is going to be with a safety car. So that means we do not want one in about 5 or 10 laps time, because we will be behind the leaders. But the rest of the field won't. That'll be no good to us whatsoever. So we either want a safety car right now, or in about 20 laps time. Maybe more. Alright, we're approaching Albon's pit window. His tyres are definitely starting to struggle a little bit. It's the gap between Ricciardo. Okay, so the soft guys are pitting now. They made those softs last a long time. Can we jump any of them? I don't think we can. How far behind Tsunoda are we? Oh, that's how far. Oh, we're looking at the wrong car. Ricciardo's nicked through.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Nuts. Yeah, the gap's definitely coming down. I mean, Albon's tyres have reached the point where the hard runners are faster than him now. It's a shame we couldn't get ahead of Tsunoda. We can barely hang on to Ricciardo here. We've already lost him. Let's see if I can stay on him with the
Keep
DRS.
an eye on the fuel, please.
Copy.
I'm going to push Pourchaire as well. See if I can get Pourchaire to catch up to the back of these guys before they break away.
Deploy.
Ferraris are on us already. Verstappen's pitted, Leclerc's pitted, so Sainz is going to pit this lap, but it's not going to stop him from lapping Pourchaire, I think. Oh, maybe he is. Yeah, he's not going to catch us this lap, but he should pit at the end of this lap, I think. What's he running? He's running mediums. Yeah, he's due for a pit stop very soon. Pourchaire is not closing the gap, and neither is Albon. Albon is pushing hard and he just can't get close enough. So I'm going to put him into harvest.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
And I'm going to bring Albon in this lap, I think. Actually, no, I'll wait. I'll wait another lap.
Box, 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 box.
Let's get Pourchaire
Okay,
into his
box,
DRS.
box.
Sainz still has not pitted. And he's now closing in on the back of Pourchaire. I don't want Pourchaire to get lapped, only for him to then have, you know, for the Ferrari to then immediately pull into the pits. Come on, pit this lap, please, Sainz. Please don't make Pourchaire pull out the way. Yes, there we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, come on.
Check the DRS.
The hell, Albon? Stop. I know you're not supposed to fight your teammate, but you're not supposed to park it on the start-finish straight. Come on. Oh, God. That was a disaster. Well, Teo got held up as well in the process. Oh, that's me trying to be clever, and that went horribly, horribly wrong. Alright, so pit stop for Albon. Oh, Vettel's pitting at the same time. Oh, god damn it. Alright, so the leaders have gone through, and Bottas has just pitted, so we're not going to get lapped anytime soon. I'm behind Vettel, ahead of Stroll, who has already pitted, so at least I haven't dropped behind both of the Astons. Right, hopefully the natural pace of Albon's car will be enough to get him past Vettel without too much effort. How's Teo doing? Yeah, he's 7 seconds behind Ricciardo now. Ah, disaster. Right, where are the leaders? Leaders are coming up to lap Porsche. I'll get him in another 3 or 4 laps, I think. They've made their one and only stop, so I'm going to worry about them for, well, coming through for a while again once they get past me. Maybe if I'm lucky I can try and hang with them. I doubt I've got the pace to do that, but you never know. I mean, they're on fresh tyres, I'm on worn tyres. They'll once they get past me, they'll just breeze away from me without even trying. See how quickly they're catching. Yeah, Sainz out the way. I'll get DRS, but I'll have to pull over and let the others through. So that DRS is wasted. By the time I get round there again, they'll be gone. Yeah, they're gone already. Just don't have the grip to even try and stay with them. Cost me a lot of time to Ricciardo as well. Getting caught where I did. Alright, Ricciardo's about to get lapped. Hopefully this will slow him up a fair bit. So he pulls over to let the first Ferrari through. Doesn't cost him too much time. Pulls over to let the Red Bull through. Cuts off a Ferrari. Awkward pull over to let the second Ferrari through. Holds up the Red Bull. He's going to slow him down again. He's going to have to pull over again. There he goes. So it costs him a bit of time, but we're way too far back to really do anything about it. Yeah, 10-second gap. So we gained a couple of seconds back, but not enough. Where is Albon? Albon is past Vettel. I hadn't even realised he was past Vettel. Maybe he did that while...
And a new position, just
here we
gained
go.
by
Here's the
Williams.
overtake.
Let's
Was this
have a
when
look.
Bottas was lapping
Now
him,
watch
maybe?
this. Here's the moment involving
It was,
Albon.
yeah. Bottas lapped him and we followed him straight through. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I do like it when we can do that.
Gaining a position there. They make it look so easy.
Yeah, if we can hang on to the back of Bottas... without pulling the Astons with us. Let's go into deploy mode, try and break away from them. And stay with Bottas. We didn't get DRS, but they got DRS on me. Keep pushing, pushing, pushing. If I can stay with him, he can pull me up to Pourchaire. And I can break away from these guys. Yeah, he's more than a second ahead of us, I think. I can't push the tyres. We didn't get DRS again. And we've lost the battery. But we have opened up a gap. You know what, I'm going to push the tyres a little bit. Just for a lap. Just to see if I can get back into that DRS.
Battery is on the low side.
Battery's on the empty side.
Yes, okay.
Okay, pit stop in 4 laps. I think we're close enough. No, we're still not close enough. Okay, alright, let's back off.
Need to drop the pace.
Yep, copy.
We have a 4-second gap now, or 3.5-second gap
Okay,
to Vettel,
ciao,
so
John.
Yeah.
not horrendous. Back to Pourchaire. Going to see Bottas looming in his rear wing pretty soon. There he is. Fuel is not an issue. We've been lapped. We're going to get lapped again. Yeah, and there goes Bottas. Alright, Pourchaire, it's time to return the favour. Just don't screw up like Albon did letting you through. That was a disaster. There we go. And let's pit you for your mediums.
Box this lap.
So Pourchaire is going to end up way behind at the back of the field. He's going to be able to close up a bit on the guys in front, but he's still going to be a long way off. So we could well be, well be bringing up, you know, the back of the field here. Pourchaire in for his stop. How much time do we have to close up? Oh, we're going to get lapped the second we come
if you can,
out
please.
the
We need a little
pits.
bit more.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, we're on
copy.
fresh tyres. That might not necessarily be a horrible... Oh, god damn, look at that. What a mess. We are on fresh tyres, so we should hopefully be able to stick with those guys for a little while. We'll spend a little bit of battery just to get back on the gearbox of Magnussen. Oh god, the leaders are coming through to lap him again already. It's brutal. Let's push his fuel.
Okay, reduce lift and coast.
Yeah, we're close enough. We can ease that battery off now. There we go. How's Albon doing? Gap's 4.5 seconds. Still dropping back on Ricciardo, who is about to be lapped by Bottas. So we're lapping at Ocon's pace here. What is Ocon's pace? Ocon is doing 120.3. Oh, that's slow. Why is he so slow? Or is that because he was lapping me? It's got to be. Let's see what he does at the end of this lap. A 118.2. Still lapping slower than Vettel. Great, so we're on tyres that we can't show the pace of. We could be lapping faster than this. And here come the Ferraris. So we're going to get lapped a second time. The Ferrari's about to lap everybody up to and including 11th place. Oh no, Hamilton's through. Up to and including 10th place. Wow. Maybe with Hamilton getting through, that'll up the pace of this train a little bit. Hamilton's doing 116s. Okay, if we can hang on to a 116. There go the leaders again. That might bring us back up to the Astons a little bit faster.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Got it.
Stroll's really slow right now. Is he still on his hard? Not quite sure why Stroll is so much slower than Vettel. Alright, push your battery.
Full deploy.
Stay with the Red Bulls. Let's use these medium tyres to our advantage. Ocon pits. That's one car out of the way. We are all over the back of that Red Bull right now. Alright, let's take this opportunity to... battery's already... Well, yeah, we'll put it on harvest for a lap. Was that Yuki coming up behind us? Ricciardo pits. Interesting. We are closing in on Stroll and Vettel. I'm on the back of Magnussen right now, and Tsunoda's closing in, so I'm going to have to pull out the way for him in a moment. What is the pace of the train we're on? Is it still Hamilton that we're stuck behind? No, it's Zhou. Zhou's doing 117.9s. 124 because he got lapped, so hard to say. Failed overtake for some reason. Shouldn't he be trying? Albon is 32.5 seconds off of Mick Schumacher. Dear oh dear. I'm only 9 seconds ahead of Vettel, who's just been lapped by Norris and Alonso and Gasly. He's about to be lapped by Hamilton and then the leaders. I might take this opportunity to box him for a set of softs. Let's go full attack. We can't really do any worse than we're doing right now. We're not going to close anyone up. Let's take full advantage of where we are. We'll hammer these tyres for a lap or two. We're going to open up a nice little gap to Vettel over the next lap or so, because he's going to get a lot of cars lapping him. We'll see if we can just get enough of a quick gap to box for softs without really losing any time, and then we can be a lot faster than him at the end of the race.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
Gap's 12.5 seconds. Porsche is still a long way off the back. It's just such a... This is the biggest problem with this race, is that there's such a disparity in the field that you're constantly having to pull over to let lap for blue flags, that it just makes it impossible to close up on anybody. It becomes an absolute disaster. Alright, last lap on these tyres before we pit, I think. Let's check the lap times. I'm lapping 0.8 of a second faster than Ricciardo and Vettel right now, but I am losing a little bit of time. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to do it now. Pit for a new set of softs.
Box.
Yes, okay, box.
Closing back up on Stroll again, bit by bit, but losing a lot of time to Vettel still. About to get lapped again, this time by Ocon. So again, I'm going to have to pull over and let him through, and then Tsunoda's not far behind him. And this is why I hate Monaco. It's a horrible, horrible circuit to race on. Alright, where did we come out? I know we came out in a mess of traffic.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay, I am behind Hamilton. There's Vettel. But I've got to let the leaders through again. Ugh. Is that 3 laps now or just 2 laps? 2 laps. But I should now have the pace, in theory, to stay with the leaders because I'm on brand new soft tyres. So I'll catch up to some people. Whether I can actually get past them or not is another matter, but I should catch up to people. First up is Vettel, who's 4 seconds up the road. I'm stuck behind the Mercedes. Maybe the Mercedes can hang on to the back of the Red Bulls as well. I hope so. But we're definitely closing in on Vettel. Vettel should be getting lapped any second now if he hasn't already been. There he is, right in front of us. Can we follow the Mercedes through? Yes, we can. Right, next up the road is Ricardo. Can we get Ricardo and salvage something? We're not going to get any higher than that. Not unless there's a last gasp pit stop from someone. Where's Porsche? Porsche is on the back of Stroll at last.
Happy to use the overtake.
Alright, can we get through? Come on, let me through, let me through, let me through, let me through. Up the inside. Yes, we're through. Okay, so we're up to 19th. Never thought I'd be so excited to get 19th place. At least we're not coming in last, that's the important
and a new
thing.
position, just gained by Williams.
Just keep pushing, just want to get back in touch with the cars in front of us. How are the tyres looking? Why is that showing a full push? Am I full? No, I'm not full pushing. It's because it was on full push when I pitted, that's why. So let's change that. There we go. That's better. I can't really push Teo's tyres, annoyingly. But I have almost caught up. I'm going to push him for a lap before I run out of ERS. Albon's still all over the back of Hamilton.
Pace left. It'll be good now.
We are still 14 seconds behind Ricardo. Someone up behind us. I wish I was in front of Ricardo. Sorry, in front of Hamilton. I've got so much more pace than he does right now. I could be following the Red Bull and the Ferrari through here. I could be another 5 seconds up the road already. Easy. Porsche's back in range of Zhou. Yes, Zhou. So we'll hang on to the back of Zhou. We might catch Vettel with Porsche before the end of this race. It's not all entirely doom and gloom. We might still finish ahead of both Astons, which is all we can aim for really in this race. Albon has an outside chance of getting past Ricardo, and then that's it. So 16th is the absolute best we can get. We're closing in on Vettel. Can we do the same trick here? Can we follow Zhou through and steal a place off Vettel twice? Oh, I'm still burning his tyres. I forgot to turn those down.
You can afford to drop back. You have the overtake.
Right, where are we going to catch Vettel? What part of the circuit are we going to get him on? Looks like the tunnel. We need to be ready to go here at the tunnel. Maybe not a tunnel, maybe the other side of the swimming pool chicane. No, yeah, well, there he's pulling over, he's thinking about it. Ah, damn it.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Okay.
Oh, last of the late breakers into Sanderbot, that's risky. Alright, we'll stick in neutral. Hold behind there. Albon still tucked into the back of Ricciardo. 10 laps to go, including this one. 5.5 seconds to Ricciardo. We're closing, but I don't think we're closing fast enough. Ricciardo's hanging off the back of that train in front. Oh, we've got so much more pace than Hamilton here. We can't use it because we can't unlap ourselves. I want to get past Vettel. I really do. I think Vettel has dropped out of DRS range now as well. So that means we should be able to pass him a little bit more easily next lap. I don't think we're going to catch Ricciardo. I think he's getting too much DRS assistance from the cars in front. Because he's on the back of Gasly and Alonso. Yeah, and then Norris slightly ahead of them as well. So I think Ricciardo's not going to happen, unfortunately. Not unless he makes a mistake and drops out of DRS range.
Okay, we can easily overtake.
Alright, come on, this lap. Let's get Vettel. Vettel blocks us. Oh, look at that dive up the inside. That's a great move. That's a tough place to overtake there. It's a brave place to overtake. We got the move done.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And now I'm going to just deploy and get away from him as quick as I can. There we go. We broke the 1 second range. Excellent stuff. We are gradually eking out a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. Back to Albon, still 6 seconds behind Ricciardo. He's still getting that DRS help. .1, that should be okay, considering we're lapped twice. Not overly concerned about him running out of fuel. We are pulling away. I might back him off. Got a 2-second gap now to Vettel, so might as well just put him onto normal.
Coast level 3.
17th and 18th. A disappointing Monaco, but an expected Monaco, unfortunately. This is just such a horrible circuit when you're a back marker, because you're constantly being blue flagged out of the way. You can never unlap yourself, so it's impossible to make up positions. Even if you've got a massive pace advantage, you get stuck behind a car that's lapped you, that's it. You're screwed. You just got to hope it's a fast car. We got okay in the sense that it was Hamilton that we were stuck behind. If we'd been stuck behind, say, Tsunoda or Schumacher, we'd been really screwed.
5 more laps, 5 more laps.
Alright. It says 5 more laps, but it's only 3. Porsche's tyres should have 3 laps in them. Ricardo's still just clinging onto DRS. Oh, we've got so much pace at the moment and we can't use any of it. Gap's down to 4.85 seconds. We have suddenly gained a little bit of time. Why is that? Ocon's dropped off the back of Gasly, that's why.
Tyres aren't really coming down.
Okay, copy that.
Yep, just not going to happen. Final lap. I can't believe we didn't get a safety car. It's Monaco. We didn't even get a VSC. As far as I know, we only had the 1 yellow flag, and that was for Tsunoda.
Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
Yeah, that was it. Oh no, we didn't get a VSC for Tsunoda, but that was it. 1 VSC on lap 9, and then nothing for the next 70 laps. That's crazy. That never happens at Monaco. What a disappointing race. But we are still ahead of Aston Martin. So not a total write-off. We beat both their cars again, so we did miss out on our attempted guarantee of getting 15th place. Never mind. Baku should be a little bit kinder to us. Should be, but no guarantee that it will be. We've got some new parts, so we can stick those onto Porsche's car. Oh, we've got some points to spend. I need to remember what was it that was being worked on. Okay, so I want to flag this email. There we go. So it is drag reduction on side pods and airflow and stuff on side pods that's being worked on. So we want to put a point into side pods. Sorry for knocking the microphone there. We have no other points with our staff. Our drivers have no points. Facilities, a little bit of upgrading still to go. We're up to 4.3 mil. I need to check my builds. warehouse, we are still short on chassis and we are still short on suspension. So let's start manufacturing those. Grand Prix in 11 days, so I need 2 chassis. If we rush those, we can get both of them in. And what was the other thing? Was it suspension, wasn't it? It was. Again, I need 2 of those, and I can get 2 of those at normal pace in 10 days, so let's do that. And I think that evens us out on parts again. Yes, it does. So let's respec this car. So let's put on that chassis there, and then do suspension. And put it onto Teo's car there. How many front wings have I got? 3 spares. Okay, good. 3 rear wing spares, 2 spare side pods, 2 spare underfloors. Right, yeah, we are back on top of our spare parts. That's good, good, good. We've got no design projects going on right now. Have we got hours? I've done a floor. I need to do a new front wing. Yes, we do have new hours. Okay, we didn't have the money to do this last time. That's why we had to wait. So let's put a lot of hours into a new front wing. A lot of hours. Okay. Design focus. I want to boost everything because everything needs to be boosted. Definitely want to improve brake cooling because that's going to be negatively affected next season, as is airflow front. So that's going to give us a little bit of a boost across the board. Show rank on grid. It's going to improve our high speed up to 12th. It's going to improve our brake cooling, and our high speed dirty air cornering is going to improve up to 12th as well. Everything else is going to stay pretty much where we are rank wise, but we will make little incremental gains. So let's develop a new front wing. I want 6 engineers to get it as quick as I can. I could rush it for 36 days. What's in 36 days? That would be Austria. Okay, if I don't rush it, then I'll have it for France, I think. 54 days, and France is in 53 days, so I wouldn't have it till Hungary. Oof. You know, I like to go intense for the XP boost, but I think I'm going to rush this one and try and get it in for Austria. And then we might emergency manufacture them. It'll be cheaper to do this as well. So the money we save, we can then emergency manufacture wings. Yeah, let's do that. Let's rush it for Austria. And then I want to do a research project on the side pods. Have I done a project on the side pods already? No, I haven't done any research yet. Okay, so yeah, we'll research the side pods. So we'll put an hour of research and 10 wind tunnel hours into the side pods. 4 engineers on that. And there we go. Do I know how to get pit stops to go faster? Yes, I do. I will show you. You go to your staff, you go to your pit crew, and you sort out their training. So, by default, it'll always be on balanced, but once you go in and change it, it'll stay that way until you change it again. So, if you want to get the biggest change in time on your pit stops, then it's working on front and rear jack training. But I always work on tyre changes first, because not only do you get a good boost to pit stop times, you also improve how quickly you adjust the car's toe, camber and anti-roll bar setups when you're in practice sessions. So when you get a car in and you make your changes to setup while you're trying to dial the car in, you can turn the car around quicker. So I always try and hammer out as much into tyre changes for the first season as possible. And then at the end of the season, then I look, you're going to get a drop off at the end of the season across all of your stats. That's just because the team just seems to go on holiday for for winter and stops training. But then you can then decide, whether you want to continue with tyre training or whether you want to go somewhere else. So the biggest time saver purely for the pit stops is the front and rear jacks. That's almost as good in terms of a time saving on the pit stops themselves, but it also, as I say, speeds up how quickly you turn the car around in practice sessions. For me, that's more important. And then wing adjustments, useful if you are braking a lot of front wings. That's always a good thing to look at doing. And then car release, will give you a small reduction in pit stop times. It's, I would say, the least important. For me, it's always tyre change first, and then front and rear jacks, and then wing adjustment, and then car release. How did I get that up? Get what up? Are you talking about how did I get the pit stops times to improve? Yeah, basically the way I just showed you. Alright, let's push on to the next day. There's our new underfloor. Board now have high confidence. Got a board review in 2 months. We're on target to finish 9th. Report from Dickon, letting us know where our car sits on the grid. Not very high up is the answer. We've now got 3 spare underfloors. And we've now got our spare chassis and our spare suspensions. Oh, the calendar up in the design room. Okay, I haven't got the ability to show you again right now because I can't start another project. I've got 2 going. But basically, when you go into car development and you start a new project, when you have the page with all of the values on the side, if you press triangle at the top of the page, you'll see it next Grand Prix is in X amount of days. You can press triangle and then you can choose which Grand Prix you want to look at. It'll indicate with the thumbs on the side which are the areas that need are recommended or essential for that particular circuit, and it'll also tell you how many days away that circuit is as well. So it's useful when you're trying to plan out a new part and you want to try and get it for a specific race. If you're not sure as well, you can always mark the time on this stream and then go back about 5 or 10 minutes and watch how I did it, and that'll show you what I was doing basically. But yeah, when you're on the page, when you've got all the different values and they're going up or down as you're moving the sliders, pressing triangle on that page, I think it's triangle off the top of my head, opens up the race option at the top of the calendar, and then you can choose the one you want. When do I stop developing the car and focus on next year? I like to start development relatively early. I don't like to completely scrap development if I think I can get the car to a point where it can do something. Because I'm still in an arms race with Aston Martin right now, neither of us have got a point. I'm still developing the car a little bit. If we already had some points by now, which under the old patch we probably might have had a point or two by now, then I might have binned off development for this car already and just focused purely on research. But as you can see, I've started my first research project now. What I have also done is I've gone to my facilities and I'm upgrading the design center. So going forward, I'll be able to work on 3 projects at a time, which means I'll have the option of either doing 3 research projects or 2 research projects on 1 part for the car, which is probably what I'm going to keep doing. They might not be monumentally big upgrades for the car. I might spend all of my MAU hours and wind tunnel hours on research and then just try and do little incremental boosts to the car based on the team's current expertise. We'll see how things are shaping up with the battle with Aston Martin. If they get a point before us, then we need to outscore them in the constructors to get 9th. If we get the point first, then if they draw level with us on points, we will keep 9th position. Okay, Azerbaijan breakdown there. Race prep. Reach Q3, not going to happen. Reach Q2 is not going to happen. Finish position. We might get 15th. It has given us the qualifying streak, look. And we missed out on the finish position streak. I am going to start a new streak. Because after Baku we've got Canada, and I can usually go pretty well at Canada. Then we've got... After Canada is Austria, then Silverstone, then France. I think that's the order. So I can usually go reasonably well at those circuits. I'm only going to make it for 3 races. It's just 1 car finishing in the top 15, but I think we can do that for those 3 races. So fingers crossed. I do feel we're on the verge of getting that car just that little
Baku,
bit better.
Where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. The weekend begins here.
Yeah, as I was saying, I do think this car is on the verge of being able to challenge for, you know, the low teens, maybe into, you know, sort of 11th, 12th, maybe getting into 10th every now and again. I think we're close to that. It'd be nice when we do get there. And these races should, if things fall our way in terms of safety cars, should give us an opportunity to do that. Not done a new race since the update. Is it that hard now? Still with Aston Martin. It's not easy because the old strategies don't work anymore. Plus, your developments aren't as overpowered compared to the AI as they were before. So you can't just, you know, easily outdevelop the computers. It'll take you a while now to take Aston Martin into a much more competitive position. Right, let's do some part swapping again. Nope. I keep forgetting. Dead car. So, I can swap the gearbox. There we go. Car setup. I like to go with a lowish front wing here. I tend to find that works quite well. Same with the rear wing. Let's try. Let's try that for Teo's car. Actually, I'm going to drop that down a little bit more. I'm going to go to a 2 front wing. Run time, let's go 18 laps. It's quite a long lap here, 1 minute 40 something. Driving plan, drop this down. I'm just going to go with a 36 lap run on hards. I can always call the car in halfway through if the setup's not good. I'm going to go even more extreme on the front wing here on this one. Slightly less extreme on the rear wing. And slightly less on the roll bar as well. Try that for that one. So slightly less extreme variation of Teo's car. Driving options, drop that down. Did I swap out parts? No, I didn't. Yeah, that gearbox has got one more practice run in it. Just change Teo's run plan. There we go. Send them off.
Radio check.
When I make a pit stop now, what level percentage do I start doing them at? You start doing them around 40. It varies from race to race. Depends on the strategy I've gone for. You know, I usually plan my strategies in terms of when I want to make my pit stops, and then kind of stick to that. You know, if I think I'm going to have really good tyre wear, or better tyre wear than I was expecting, I might extend by a couple of laps. I might just push really hard for an in lap or two if I've got tyre wear to spare. But yeah, generally in between 30 and 40% is when I make my stops. But that's kind of how I plan the strategies. Yeah, if there's been like a VSC or a full safety car, and that's meant that we've gone slower and saved, saved rubber, then yeah, if I've got a bit of extra rubber to spare, I might either extend the stint by a few laps, or I might just push really hard on the in laps. Try and either close up or bridge a gap before pitting in.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
But I absolutely try and avoid my tyres getting anywhere near 30% because that's just death. Death for your tyres. Alright, we've had a crash. Just yellow flag.
What was the balance, please?
Let's take a closer look.
Alex.
Now let's look at this. The focus on Sonoda.
Ooh,
That
that's
crash
not good.
is terrible news for the team.
Okay, what about Teo's setup?
Okay.
And a great setup to Teo as well. Do I bring them in and have a look, or do I leave them out? That is the question. I think I might leave them out, you know. Just let them run for the rest of the session. Get a huge chunk of track experience. Yeah, I'm going to leave them out. I'm going to let them get that big old gain. Get them up to about 65–70% hopefully. That would have rattled his dentures a bit. Yeah, it was a hell of a crash, wasn't it? It was still nothing like the crash that took Teo out in Spain. That was brutal. Smashed the front wing off completely, ripped off the rear wing, set the car on fire, killed an engine, a gearbox, and an ERS module, all stone dead. Destroyed a chassis, destroyed a suspension. Yeah, that was a brutal crash. The only things that weren't damaged were the underfloor and the side pods. That was the only things that survived that crash. Everything else, well, obviously, and Teo, obviously, but yeah, it was pretty brutal. Okay, Teo's at 95%. I forgot you can check your setup confidence without having to pit in by using these tabs up here. I forgot to mention that to you guys. I don't generally have these open, so you can actually see what the percentage is without having to go into the garage to do it. They're both at 95%, so I made the right decision to leave them out and gain that track knowledge. They just need a little bit of a tweak. Okay, there we go. 60% knowledge. Session finishes. That was a good solid run. And 95% setups as well. So just minor tweaking needed. I didn't see what the weather was going to do. Just cloudy. And partly cloudy on race day. No rain. Okay. So let's see what needs to change. Front wing needs to change a little bit, as does the camber and the toe. So I'm just going to change the camber. Let's go that way. Let me try that. Oh, that actually breaks my traction. Okay, let's not try that. Let's reset back to where we were. I'm going to go with that. It's only a minor change, but hopefully that doesn't affect traction, but it will tweak the front wing. It'll definitely tweak braking, and it looks like it's going to tweak cornering as well. So I'm hoping that'll be 100%. I'm going to go mediums. I'm going to go with a 19 lap run. And that's that car done. Let's have a look at Alex's car. 19 laps. Did I do his options? Yes, I did. Okay, what do we need here? Oh, 4 things around here. Okay, so I can change the wing angle on this one. Let's push the wing angle to 2. Let's go with that. Just change the angle of the front wing slightly and the tyre camber slightly. And that hopefully will do it.
Radio check.
So a common misconception people have about the little setup game is that it affects the car's performance. The setup has no bearing on the performance of the car. What it does have is an impact on the driver's ability to extract the most out of it, which is where you get those bonus points. So you get your setup dialed in. That's what gives you a contribution towards the overall bonus that you score. Your car setup equates to, I think, 9 out of 15 for the bonus. So, and then I think it's 3 for car part knowledge, 3 for track part knowledge. And as long as they're all maxed out or within certain tolerances of, you know, being close to maxed out, you will get the full 15 points, which is then split 3 points across 5 different stats for your driver. It has absolutely no bearing on the speed of the car whatsoever. It just affects how well your driver can perform in that car. It's not the most realistic way. It's the way that obviously that Frontier chose to go with it. And, you know, it works to a degree. But if you don't have a perfect setup, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to make your car ridiculously slow if you have a setup in the 70s or the 80s. It just means that it's not going to make your driver ridiculously slow either. It just means he's not going to gain as many bonus points across some of his stats as he would. I don't know what the AI takes theirs at, whether they take it at just a straight no boost to their setup or no boost to their driver skills, or whether they have a set number of points allocated as a boost to their drivers. I have absolutely no idea how that works for the AI teams, but for your team, like I said, you're just literally trying to get those bonus points onto your driver's stats, like his accuracy, his control. What else is there? There's 5 stats that your driver gets a bonus on. I think braking's one of them. Cornering, control, accuracy. I'm not sure what the other one is. Maybe reactions. We'll have a look when we finish the session.
It's good. Okay, copy that.
Okay, so we didn't max the car out for Alex there. That's a little disappointing. We might even have gone the wrong way. Still waiting for Teo's feedback. There it is, and he's still great as well. Right, let's call these guys in. Take a look at the cars. See what we missed. Okay, so we did improve the car a little bit. Well, I say we improved the car a little bit. We got an extra optimal out of it, even though the car setup actually went down by 2%. It does mean I'm only looking at changing 2 values now. So I can do that with just the camber and the toe. So I'm going to do that. And hope that that's it. And again, we kept the rating the same. We just changed where the optimals are. So the cornering, we can pull that in a little bit. Change. Have we broken the front wing? I don't think we have. That might be it. So fingers crossed. We might even max out our track knowledge by this session, or at the very least get it very close. I think we probably will fall just a little bit short. Yeah, it looks like we're going to fall just a little bit short. We'll be like 96, I think, maybe 95, 96. Right, while they're running practice, I'm just going to go grab a drink from the fridge. Back in a sec.
How was the balance, please?
I'm happy.
Confirmed?
Okay, so optimal for Alex. That's a good sign. Oh, we have a crash.
VSC, VSC.
Okay.
I'll ignore it with Teo. I'll call in Alex.
We've just had a crash on the track. Here's the replay. Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Ooh.
A definite collision there. That
That
very
was,
unfortunate.
It was a weird little crash there for Danny Rick. We've reached 98% for Alex, and he has maxed out his track knowledge. Teo's maxed his track knowledge, and we're just waiting on his last little bit of feedback. Can we get it before the session ends? I hope so. That's the checker flag. Come on, give me the feedback before you get to the garage. There we go, 97%.
Okay.
So, not quite there. He's in the optimal range, but we do still need a minor tweak. And there we go. There's the bonuses. So, control, accuracy, cornering, braking, and reactions. Accuracy and control are part of the consistency breakdown. Reactions, braking, and cornering are all part of the pace breakdown.
Our race weekend continues as we head into FP3 and then qualifying. Each team will be looking to build on the progress they made during yesterday's practice sessions. When it comes to preparation, absolutely nothing should be left to chance. Everything has to be just right. Of course, by the time the cars hit the track, well, there are some things in Formula One that no one can prepare for. Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
Right, so what do we need to do to get to 100%? Just need to tweak the front wing. Which way to go? Let's go 1.5. And we'll use the tyre camber to pull that back in on the other. Yeah, let's try that. Set of softs, run it for 18 laps. Low pace. What about Alex? Just need to tweak the braking. I can do that with the toe. Let's try that. Again, we'll go with 18 laps. Change the pace. Off we go.
Radio check, can you hear me?
Copy, radio check.
Alright. Just need to wait on that feedback now. Let's see if we've nailed it or if we've gone the wrong way. If you do have any questions on how to play or how to do certain things within the game, please do ask me in the comments. I'm always happy to try and help out other people figure out the game. I'm not saying I'm a genius at this, but I think I've got it pretty well sussed. Well, there we go. We've got 100% on Alex. Can we do the same with Teo? Yes, we can. There we go. Both drivers at 100%. Perfect. Let them finish their run. That'll get them the maximum bonus, XP bonus for running in half the session. And then let them sit in the garage for the rest of the session. Thanks for helping me get through the night shift. Hey, no problem at all. Always happy to keep you company. You're keeping me company as well, so. Yeah, nothing to do with our drivers now, except leave them there in the garage. Let the time run out. We are ready for quali. Feeling more confident about this circuit than I was about Monaco. There's a lot of low-speed corners, which isn't a great strength of our car.
Someone spun out.
But if we can stick into the DRS zones, then we can definitely do, get pulled along a bit.
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
Right, let's switch out those testing parts. Take off the cooldown lap. That gearbox is pretty much toast now. Switch out for the second DRS unit.
Radio check.
Alright. Can we get a clean run for our first run? No! Damn it, Teo.
Let's see.
Oh,
what
he's
happened
retired.
there. Now we see the Williams.
He broke
here.
the car. At least he didn't hold up
Oh, a nasty crash there.
Alex.
And that was a bitter blow for the team.
So Teo
And it
starting
may
from the
have
back of the
really
grid.
hurt their overall chances.
Please tell me he's not broken another set of engine
There's
components.
been a crash. Sounds like a single car.
Terminal tyre damage.
Yeah, P0, P0.
Didn't see terminal engine damage or gearbox or anything like that, but they need to do more voice clips. Well, yeah, I mean, don't forget Teo's an F2 driver, so they're going to have very limited audio available from him. I think there's only like 3 lines of Oscar in the game, which is radio check, copy, and pit lane. I think that's it. I think that's all he says. And I think that's probably taken from F1 driver tests. I don't think they have a license to get F2 audio. Maybe they will in the future. But for now, I think the only audio they've got is F1 audio. Okay, so Albon's going to get a clean run. Teo's going to have plenty of tyres for the next for the race. We are 1.5 seconds off the Mercedes, a long way off the Red Bulls, 2.5 seconds nearly. Close pace to Ricciardo though, that's encouraging. Ricciardo might have been held up by Bottas. Okay, so maybe we are not as close to Ricciardo as I was thinking. We've got plenty of pace on Stroll, but again, I think he's been held up to be that far back. We're 0.5 second off Mick Schumacher. That's not encouraging. In terms of improving the pit crew, I'd like to see them do an animation for changing front wings, because, you know, that happens a lot in this game, that you need to change your front wing, so it'd be nice if there was an animation for that. Yeah, maybe it's something that will come with an update for the game. I don't know if they're going to do this every season, or if they're going to do every few seasons. I don't know if this is going to be an annual game or not. I hope not. I hope each game has a 2-year life, and that maybe that they add in an update for the game, you know, for the second season. I think if a game had a 2-year life cycle, it would improve the quality of it. Yeah, if it has only a 1-year life cycle, then it's going to end up falling into the FIFA trap, potentially. Oh, god damn it.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon.
Oh, that's a terrible spin.
Dear,
At least
dear.
we
The
scuppered
car's
Schumacher's
just
lap
gone.
as well, but that's no good to us.
That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll
There's
see.
no point finishing the run. We're not improving, so... '17th and 20th, not good. How far were we off? Oh, we were literally on that pace of Ricciardo. He didn't improve. We are half a second slower than Schumacher. 3/10 faster than Vettel. And we'll never know with Teo, because he didn't even finish his warm-up lap.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid. Ahead of...
Right. I'm going to do a position gain on this one. I think Teo is going to get up to 18th. Albon will gain a position. Get 16th as a minimum. We get a safety car, we can gain even more places, but we'll play it safe. We don't have phenomenal pace in the car, so strategy wise we are going to one-stop this. I'm going to start on the hards, I think. And then if we get a safety car, it might allow me to extend the opening stint and switch to softs at the end, which would be good. So that's our strategy there. This will be our backup strategy. And then we'll delete that one. So that's what we're going to do with Teo. For Alex, we might be a little bit more aggressive. Let's have a look and see what a two-stop would look like for Alex. And then let's compare that to the medium soft or the medium hard strategy. So that would be 134.01, that would be 133.40. Oh, that's definitely quicker. 20 seconds faster. Okay, if that's the case, if it's that much quicker, let's do that with Teo as well. Right, let's go aggressive from the start. Let's go soft, medium, soft. Yeah, that's 21 seconds faster. And we'll do the same with Alex. We'll go soft, medium, soft. There we go. So we can push hard at the start, then get a decent little run, and then finish with some fast tyres at the end as well. Fuel, I will leave fuel as it is. That means I can push and still have enough fuel left because we'll get lapped. Go aggressive on the start, but not overly aggressive. Yeah, we are good to go.
It's bright and sunny as the drivers line up on the grid. Here we have Alexander Albon. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And looking at the second Williams car. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. Everything's been building to this. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Need a good start. We're looking at the wrong car. Let's look at Porsche. See if we can get Ricciardo nice and early.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Porsche has taken Stroll.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
And he's taken Vettel. Excellent. So we've got past both of the Astons already. And I think we might get
Nice work.
Ricciardo here.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Yep, we've got Ricciardo. Can we get Zhou as well? No,
Okay, that's good, very good.
not yet. Ricciardo coming back at us. We've blocked him off. We've got a slow procession through here. I think we're going to get Zhou on the main straight maybe, into turn one. Oh, we might even get him here. Up the inside. Can we make the move stick? Use the battery. I think we got him. Side by side. We've got the inside for the corner. This is a great start. And there we go, we've got Zhou. So we're up to 15th. Can we get Norris as well before we have to turn things down? Porsche's past Ricciardo. This has been a great start from both drivers, not just Albon. Porsche is already lining up a look at Zhou here. Zhou's on the mediums, we're on the soft, so we've got a good chance of getting him here at the start. He'll probably come back at us a little bit later in the stint. Plus he's got that Ferrari engine. But I'm hoping the DRS train will pull us along. I think we've got him here. Pourchaire's going to do to him what Albon did. He's got him. Side by side through the corner. He'll have the inside line into turn 1.
DRS enabled.
And there we go, there's the move. No, Zhou fighting back slightly. We'll get him under braking. Excellent stuff, and both drivers will have DRS. Even though Pourchaire's wing flap hasn't opened, he has got the DRS. You can see the little green light on his dashboard. Last lap before we turn things down a bit. In fact, I'm going to turn down the batteries now because it's going to be hard to recharge them, so I want to have a little bit of battery left. But I'll leave the tyres as they are until the end of this lap. Norris is all over the back of Schumacher. We might be able to nick one of those positions. Another mistake I see people doing is they tell their teammates not to fight on a circuit like this where you've got a long DRS straight, and that's not what you want to do. You want to let them go at each other, because if they get isolated but they're within DRS range of each other, you want them constantly leapfrogging each other, because it can help you pull away from the cars behind and maybe even close up on the cars in front. If you leave the car behind on don't attack teammate, then you're limited to the pace of the car in front at all times, whereas the cars behind will be leapfrogging each other with DRS and closing in on you. Alright, let's turn these tyres down.
You can afford to drop back.
I'm going to try and charge up Pourchaire as well. There is a risk he's going to lose a lot of time to Albon here. Yeah, he's already losing time. Let's turn his tyres back up for a bit. Just make sure he gets back in that 1 second range, and then I'll put him into charge
push on with the
the main straight.
Charge on.
Yep, sure.
There we go. Oh, did Albon drop out of DRS? He did. Albon dropped out of DRS range there. Damn it, this is the hardest thing about trying to charge your battery back up.
Charge off.
Okay, copy.
Right, I want Pourchaire to get through, but not Zhou. There we go, Pourchaire's through. Porsche has slightly better tyre wear, so I'm going to push him.
You could do with a bit more pace now if you've got it.
Try and get back in that 1 second. Albon should be able to keep pace with him.
Full deploy.
I hope.
Charge off, charge off.
Copy.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Yes, okay.
Oh, this is going to be close. I think Porsche is going to just about fail, and Albon's going to be isolated as well. Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
Alright. Albon should hopefully be able to get back in range. Porsche is isolated. So we've lost touch with Norris. But I think I just got the DRS of Porsche. Yes, I did. Okay, so I'll put everything onto charge again.
Charge on.
And I'll stop chasing after Norris.
Need to drop the pace.
Yep, copy.
I've already started melting Teo's tyres a little bit. It's a good strong start for us though, 15th and 16th. If I can get the batteries charged up, I can look at pushing again with one of the cars, the other one keep them in neutral and try and stay with them. Just hope that gap doesn't get too big. If they scrap as well, that'll help. Norris and Schumacher keep fighting each other for position. That'll help keep us within striking distance. This is where we lose out though. I mean, we're half a second a lap slower in pace compared to Schumacher. So when he pushes like that, Norris follows him in his DRS and we end up just dropping further and further away. Schumacher's on the back of Norris now as well. Oh no, wait, Norris and Schumacher swap places. There we go. A bit more battery charge. We're holding back Zhou. It's working so far. I think I've probably got enough battery for Albon for now. See if Porsche can stay with him while still harvesting. Not quite. Damn it, Porsche's vulnerable. Alright, so let's put Porsche back into harvest. Zhou's through. Letting Zhou through might not be the worst thing.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
He's going to be faster than my cars and they can stay with him. My tyres are already going to be past their best.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Yeah, his tyres are much healthier than ours. Even Mick's and Norris's, because we had to push really hard at the start. But as long as we can stay away from Ricciardo, who is just outside of DRS range, as long as we don't bring him into this fight, we'll be good. And I think Zhou's got more pace than Ricciardo, so we should pull away from him now. And both our batteries are looking healthy. Right, let's take a look at strategies for the rest of the field. So, the guys on mediums are probably one-stopping. They might go for a two-stop, but some of them are going to one-stop, I think. The guys on softs, well, they could go for a one-stop. It depends. If they put hard tyres on next, then they're probably going for a one-stop. If they go for mediums, then they're definitely two-stopping. Same with the medium runners. We'll have to wait and see what they go with when they make their stops. But if they go for a set of another set of mediums, then they're definitely two-stopping. Albon's lost the DRS, but Porsche muscles past with his DRS open, and that gets them back into striking range of Zhou. This is why you want to make sure that your drivers are able to leapfrog each other, so that it helps keep you in touch with other cars. Porsche 1.5 seconds behind right now. That's a bit of a gap. It's more than I'd like. Albon will close that gap up a bit, and then Porsche will close up again. Zhou is not getting DRS off anyone at the moment, so assuming that Albon makes the move here, which he should do. Oh, we've had a crash. Just the yellow flag. Alonso crashing on turn 1.
Okay, so there we have the Alpine.
Oh, he clipped the wall.
And that's an off, and a big off.
He clipped, I think, the curb on the inside of turn 1 and then just clipped the wall.
team
I don't think that's going to do a lot of damage to the car, but you never know. It's certainly going to drop him down a little bit. Now the yellow flag's gone, we should be able to get overtaking again. So you'll see Albon make the move past Porsche and close that gap up a little bit to Zhou. And this is keeping us away from Ricciardo, even though we're not on the back of the Alfa Romeo anymore. Let's try pushing Albon a little bit. Okay, so Alonso didn't suffer any damage that caused him to need to pit. His tyres are... I don't think they are damaged. I think he's on a set of scrub tyres. Because Ocon's about the same. So is Bottas and Gasly. And Sainz and Perez. Looks like they're all started on scrubs. They would have used all their tyres in quali, because they would have got through to Q3. Alright, coming up on the pit windows in a few laps. We are losing touch with the Alpha, which is to be expected, but we're keeping the gap to Ricciardo. And we are very much pulling away from the Alphas. Sorry, the Astons. There goes Albon back through. Again, pushing hard now just to try and get back onto Zhou is a fool's errand, because we don't have the pace to do it, and we'd just be hurting our long-term strategy for the race. Because we'd have to substitute, we'd have to come in early, and we'd have to substitute the softs at the end for a set of mediums, which would hurt our finishing pace. So we'll keep pookling along in 16th and 17th. This is all we need for that accumulator that we guaranteed at the start. And Joe's already in the pits. Joe is on mediums and he's pitting now, so that suggests to me that he's two-stopping. He's gone on to hards, but that's a long way to go on hards. So he's pitted before any of the soft runners have pitted, so he's got to be two-stopping. He'll be finishing on a set of softs. That's another reason why I want to make sure we finish on softs, because I think a lot of the field's going to finish on softs. I would imagine that the medium runners are going to go medium, medium, soft. Ricardo is trying to close us up a little bit. Alonso's in the pits. And he's come out ahead of Joe. Alright, so who are we looking at? Who's in the lead right now? Pourchaire's going to be in the lead at the end of the next lap, so we're going to push Pourchaire's tyres now. Let's just push both of them. Because Ricardo's nipping at our heels.
And then we'll box this lap.
Okay, so pit stops
Box.
set.
Okay, box.
So Pourchaire is going to be boxing this lap, which should give Albon the DRS. It means Albon can push away a little bit. On his in lap. So there we go, Pourchaire peeling off into the pits. Albon with the DRS. Rockets away down the start-finish straight for his in lap. Pourchaire gets a time of 2.5, that's not bad. And that brings him out between the two Astons. And crucially, I don't think Stroll got the DRS on us. No, he didn't. So a push out lap for Teo. Some of the leaders are starting to pit. These are the other guys on softs. Albon's going to dive in as well. There we go. And now we'll calm down the tyres and we'll calm down the fuel as well. 2.6 seconds stop for Albon. That's pretty good. He's going to come out behind Pourchaire, but again ahead of Stroll, and Stroll is not getting DRS off us. Push lap for Albon on his outlap. That'll get him onto the back of Pourchaire. And then the two of them can work in tandem to get past Vettel, who is going to be stopping in the next 5 to 10 laps. push Albon just a little bit longer, just to get him onto the back. Oh, there goes Stroll. So Vettel might be pitting next lap then. Pourchaire's almost on him. Albon's almost on Pourchaire. There we go. Let's calm down the tyres and calm down the fuel push. And we've got both of our drivers in tandem again. So let's see, is Vettel going to pit? You can see he's definitely struggling on tyres compared to us. We've got much more grip. We're all over the back of him, even though we're not pushing. There's the move. Vettel stays out. Oh, are we both going to get him? We are. One around the outside, one under the inside. Beautiful move. Ricciardo's in the pits.
Okay, that's good, very good.
So that push in lap and push out lap has definitely helped us get away from Ricciardo.
There's an overtake from Williams.
The gap has increased. 6.5 seconds. Beautiful. So this might be it again for us for this race without a safety car intervention.
Gained by Williams.
16th and 17th, but that's not bad. It's what we bet we'd finish with the positions gained accumulator. And who knows, a safety car could really close the field right up. A retirement, you know, from one of the guys in front of us as well would move us up another place. And you can see the difference there in tyre pace. Us just driving at fresh tyres against Vettel's very worn tyres. We're 2 seconds ahead of him now. So let's run with the map view for a little while at ×4. We are keeping pace with Zhou, not really gaining. We're losing maybe a tenth here and there. Vettel pits. Zhou has caught up to the back of Norris, Ocon and Alonso. Let's check their tyres. Norris is on fresh hards. So those guys are probably going to the end. The guys who are on very fresh hard tyres. The guys who are on 80% tyres may well be stopping again. Russell has yet to stop, so he is probably one stopping. And I think Vettel and Ricciardo are one stopping as well. So we need to make sure that we can pull out a gap to those guys while we have the tyre advantage before our tyres start dropping off. And then we'll have the raw pace of fresh soft tyres against worn hard tyres at the end to really gain some ground again. It is not beyond the realm of possibility though that some of these guys may still come in for a set of softs towards the end and go for a two-stop. But we're pulling away from Ricciardo. We're leaving the Astons for dead. I just don't think we're going to make up any more positions without a safety car. So we can but hope.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
We just need a little bit more pace. If we had a little bit more pace, we'd be able to keep up with guys like Zhou and Schumacher. And Norris, maybe. This is why I want to keep developing the car as well as researching for next year. I don't want to bin this, bin this car for next year yet. If we can't make up positions on the grid with the next 2 upgrades that we add, then we'll just stop developing the car altogether for this year, and we'll concentrate purely on next year. Oh, we've got a crack. We've got a safety car. Okay, it's a little early for us to go on to
Safety car deploy.
softs, but we can go on to mediums. So let's see, if we do our final stop now. Oh, why don't I have any more mediums? Why don't I have any more mediums?
They've crashed out!
Oh, that's why. Norris is out. Oh, beautiful. So that's a position gain for both of our drivers. Albon. Pit options. I do have another set of mediums. Why? Why wouldn't it let me choose those? New strategy. Okay, that's weird. I'll do that. But I'll put the other mediums on. I mean, at least I know I've got them. For some reason it's just not letting me show them in that view. Safety car is going to pick up the leaders this lap, so yeah, we can pit now. Options. Pit for soft. Sorry, pit for mediums.
Okay, box.
And pit for mediums.
Box.
So let's push these cars
Yes, okay, box.
on tyres and fuel
Push now on the tires.
Yep, copy.
and charge the batteries.
Go push.
And then when we come out the pits, we'll leave the
Please,
fuel on
please.
push because we'll be
Yep, copy.
saving a lot of fuel, but we'll turn the tyres right down. So safety car has picked up the leaders, I believe. Yes, it has. There we go. Oh, the growl of that safety car. So a little double stack here. Our drivers will lose a little bit of time to each other. How far behind are we from Ricciardo? If we've really got a 13-second gap, we might come out ahead of him. That'd be nice. Well, at least with Albon anyway. I think Porsche might come out behind him. That's a good stop. 2.7 seconds. Albon gets out ahead of Ricciardo. Beautiful. Porsche, unfortunately, is going to come out behind him.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay.
It's still showing the wrong tyres, look. It's very weird. Let's see if I can change Albon's strategy based on the tyres he's on now. No, it's still showing me the wrong set of mediums. That's very weird. It's showing me the practice mediums, not the race mediums. Okay, weird little bug. Not quite sure why it's doing that, but it's not the end of the world. Let's close in on the safety car. Hopefully we can catch it before it comes in. In terms of tyres, we are now going to have an advantage on tyres over the rest of the field. Safety car's coming in next lap by the look of it. We're going to be on the back of the queue. We're going to have a nice bit of fuel saved up, full batteries, nicely looked after tyres. We've got a chance of getting some points here.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
Copy. Happy to increase pace.
Alright, come on, restart. Be kind to us.
Charge off.
Okay.
Racing from the line. Racing from the line.
Okay.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Alright, come on, mediums. Do your thing. We're going to the end on these tyres, as is the rest of the field, unless there's another safety car or a red flag, in which case, if there's a red flag, everyone's going to change tyres and put on softs, I'm guessing, depending on when the red flag drops. But
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I would imagine it'll be any moment, you know, from any point onwards now. If we get a red flag, it's going to be soft territory. Yeah, back in front of Ricardo, that's good. That's us past Joe. It's 14th.
Very good job.
Very opportunistic little overtake there.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Can I opportunistically take Alonso here? Yes, is the answer. Good stuff. Now we're on Schumacher.
You're doing a good job.
Come on, new tyres. Do your thing.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
We got him. Can we get a run on Schumacher coming out the corner? Maybe. Maybe we can get Schumacher around the outside here. Not quite. We're up to 13th. Come on, Alex. So close to the points. I don't think we'll get points. I think we're probably looking at 11th place again. But I'll take it. Who knows? Another retirement. up the inside of Schumacher. Almost out of battery.
Okay, good job, thank you.
Now we're getting to the point where our pace might let us down a little bit.
Charge on.
Okay, copy.
Charge off.
Yeah, we just missed out on DRS. Okay, let's deploy. Oh, we got Schumacher got past us
Okay, we
again.
need some deploy.
Copy.
So we keep focusing on the pace.
Alright, we'll stick on neutral for now. Sorry, on harvest
Charge
for now.
on. Charge on for now.
We're going to neutral for Porsche.
Copy.
He's still not got past Joe yet. And now that DRS is active, we've got to make sure we stay in the train.
Charge off.
Yes.
I do not want to push the tyres. I'll use the battery if I have to, but don't want to push the tyres because I want to keep that tyre advantage over the hard tyres as long as I can. The more I push them, the quicker I lose that tyre advantage, and the more likely I am to start dropping back through the field again.
Charge on. Charge on.
Yeah, okay.
Charge off.
Yep, sure.
Okay, charge on.
Okay.
And I'm going into harvest here, not to save energy because in terms of harvesting energy, because I can't harvest anymore, I've already maxed that out, but it's to stop me from burning energy unnecessarily on the lap as well. I'm close enough that I can stay with these guys and get a little toe off them. So using energy out the corners is not really a priority through this part of the track at the moment. If the gap changes, then obviously so does the charge situation. But if I can spend a little bit less energy on the lap, that means when I do harvest some energy, I am making a net profit over the lap rather than just leaving it in neutral the whole time. I'm slowly just trickle feeding the battery back up again. Let's do the same with Porsche.
Charge on. Charge on.
Copy.
So I want to try and keep the battery as close to 100% as possible for the start-finish straight. Just because that last couple of corners, those fast left-right corners, I can lose a lot of battery going up to that, up to and through that section. And I want to try and minimise that through the rest of the lap.
Okay, you can go charge off.
Yes.
Alright, I think we're pretty much as close to full battery now as we're going to get. So now we just need to stick with these guys and see if we can opportunistically nab a position or two. There we go, that's what I meant to do. See the delta's lying to us there. It's telling us we're 1.1 seconds behind Schumacher when we are maybe 0.3 behind him. Yeah, there we go. Can we get the run? No, we can't. We're blocked. Same behind as well. Joe's pitted. Oh, hello. I didn't see what... Let me just pause for a second. What was Joe on? He was on hards. 24 lap hards and he pitted. So he's going to be putting on a set of soft. He's going to be fast, but he's going to be a long way back. If these guys here, and more importantly these guys here, start pitting, I think Russell's a one stop, Magnussen's a one stop, Hamilton's a one stop, Verstappen's definitely a one stop, Leclerc's a one stop. There's a question mark on Sainz, on Perez, on Gasly, on Bottas, Tsunoda, Ocon, Schumacher. Given that Joe pitted as well, there's a question mark on those guys now if they're going to make a late stop for softs. We could suddenly clear up a few places here. I'm going to try and get Albon moving up through the field a little bit, just in case. While these guys are potentially losing their tyres. I want to take advantage of that. Mick is out of DRS range of Ocon. So I want to get past Mick quickly and get back into range of Ocon, if I can. There we go, that's a clean move. Unfortunately, Mick's going to get DRS back on us here.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
But that will get Mick back into striking range of Ocon, which will pull us up to Ocon
Haas
when we
with
do
an
make a
overtake.
move on Mick, hopefully. Porsche still not through past Alonso. Let's get him to try and make a move as well. Let's keep our fingers crossed, guys. If we can get some of these drivers making a late pit stop. Oh, we overtook at the worst possible place. We didn't get DRS on Ocon, but if we can gain a bit here, If we can hold Schumacher back, we'll be on Ocon ourselves. Schumacher's going to find his way through. Okay, let's harvest again. We're through past Alonso. Can we pull away from Alonso now? Get into range of Albon. Bring a second car to the fight. There we go. It's 2 cars in the fight now. I don't know if anyone else is going to pit. Try and get a slingshot overtake. Yes, we got a slingshot overtake on Schumacher. Beautiful stuff there. How are we looking on tyres compared to the rest of the field? Evening out now, so wear is going to be about the same. Yeah, we need to capitalise on these guys while we can. I don't think we can get any higher than Ocon, and even Ocon might be a bit of a stretch. Depends if we can stay within touch of him while we're charging the batteries up for our last little push. Albon's dropping away. Need to be careful about that.
That's a new race position for Haas.
Porsche could theoretically drop off here as well. Let's put them both back on neutral. I don't want to bring Alonso into this fight. It's just another car that could potentially take a point from us or a place from us. Our batteries are nearly full anyway, so that's good. Albon's back in range, so we've got more pace. We've got more pace than we're showing, or at least through this section we do. Tyre wear's good. We've got potentially a little bit of margin to push the tyres for a lap or two. Right, can we get both of our guys past Schumacher here? No, we can't get either of them past. Schumacher's blocking. And Ocon's pulling away. So I think Schumacher's as good as we're going to get. But hey, I'll take 12th place. After the disaster in Monaco, 12th place will be a good result for us. And again, we're just 1 or 2 good upgrades away from knocking on the door of the top 10 on a more consistent basis. Oh, we've got a crash. It's a VSC, not a full safety.
So
Ignore. Charge up the batteries and push the tyres a little bit.
Sounds like there's been a crash. Let's take a closer
Magnussen,
look.
where was Magnussen?
Now just focus
Ahead
on
of
the
us.
Haas.
Oh, he's just done a little whoopsie.
push hard, push hard.
Copy.
Is Magnussen going to pit? His tyres are at 60. I don't think he needs to. I don't think he's got damage. but we're deliberately pushing the tyres so that we don't lose ground to Schumacher under this VSC, and still try and get a little bit of charge into the battery again. My instinct, my gut reaction is always to try and save tyres on a safety car, but you can't do it on a VSC because you just start dropping back. If I wasn't charging the batteries, I would have left the tyres on standard. VSC's about to end. Got the battery back up to neutral. Alonso right on our backside. We need to get past Schumacher quick.
VSC ending.
DRS enabled.
Let's try and get both our cars through. Okay, Schumacher blocks there. Can we get here on this DRS straight? Please say yes. Alright, that's one car through. That's both cars through. Right, just about. Oh,
And a
it's
new
tight.
position, just gained by Williams.
Okay, so we're going to push the tyres for a little bit just to try and pull away. Break that 1 second. Zhou has caught up to Schumacher. Zhou's going to be on soft. Yeah, he's on softs. Very fresh looking soft. He's going to be very fast. He's going to breeze past Schumacher. There he goes. Got the gap down to 1.6 seconds, but I'm about to get overtaken by a very fast Zhou. And alive, those tyres are good. Albon's got no battery left. Porsche's going to get taken as well. Alright, 13th and 14th. If we can stay with Zhou, we might still be able to get past Ocon. But I don't think we're going to be able to keep with Zhou. He's just so fast on those tyres. Yeah, he's already 1.3 seconds ahead of us. 1.6 seconds ahead of us. If they scrap, maybe. Alright, this is the last but one lap. I'm going to turn the tyres up. Just go for it. Ocon's going to stick in Zhou's slipstream all the way around the lap and then take a DRS off him. So I think Ocon's gone, but we'll make sure that we at least stay well clear of Schumacher. And we'll take 13th and 14th. I do suppose that it's not a whoopsie of the Frank Spencer variety. No, it's not a whoopsie on the carpet. And I don't know how well Magnussen would take being called Jessica. Or Gunther Steiner being Betty, for that matter. Alright, let's just go full push on this last lap. Who knows? We might get lucky with Ocon. He has dropped behind Zhou quite a bit already. We can close him down. It's less than 2 seconds. It's 1.5 seconds. We're pushing. We've got a little bit of battery left. We might be able to get him on the line here with at least one of our cars. Assuming we can get to the DRS zone. In range. Let's go full push with the tyres.
Keep an eye on the battery.
Batteries are dead. It's just down to tyres now. Have we got enough?
Check the DRS.
I don't think we do.
Let's close this gap.
How you doing, Izzy? Welcome to the tail end of the stream. No, we didn't quite have enough to get Ocon, but hey, 13th and 14th with our car is pretty good. We definitely made the right decision to come in and put the mediums on instead of staying out on the hards. It enabled us to jump a few cars. It's another decent result, and as you can see, I think we're 1 or 2 good upgrades away from knocking on the top 10.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver.
With that new front wing coming for Austria, you never know. We might possibly squeeze in there. In terms of pace, our best lap was only a couple of tenths slower than Leclerc's best lap. That's encouraging. .148.5. How did he manage to do a 148.5? That's considerably faster than Albon's best lap. But even so, yeah, a pretty encouraging result. We are still way down the bottom of the drivers. No points for ours. And still no points in the constructors. But results are improving. We're getting good experience on our drivers as well. An exceptional race for Teo. An impressive race for Alex. We made our performance guarantee in the position gain, so that's an extra 340,000. So 4.2 added to the coffers. Let's spend a development point. Let's get his cornering up to 80, and then I'll start putting points in reactions. Let's check our staff. No points there yet. Our pit crew is now up to 73 on tyre changes, getting there slowly. We exceeded the board's expectations brilliantly. Good to know. Canada is our next circuit, and I think we can do quite well there. We might possibly get our first points there if we get a good safety car, because I can always get the car to go well at Canada. So if we can get a well-timed safety car, we can get ourselves in the points, possibly even with both cars. 15 days away from our team hub being upgraded. That'll give us another upgrade to our staff. That'll put us up to rank 3. So that'll help level up our engineering teams, our aero teams, and our race engineers a bit quicker. Don't need to do anything with the scouting department because scouting isn't really all that important for us. Race sim would be nice to upgrade. I could do that now. It's what, 4 mil? 5 mil. But I have also got enough to slap an upgrade on the wind tunnel, which might be useful. What also might be useful is to upgrade the suspension simulator or the car parts. Probably I would say the car part test center, because we do know that the side pods are going to take a big hit in cooling next year. So it might be worth boosting our engine cooling on both the side pods and the chassis and the front wing, all of which are going to take a hit on cooling next year with the regulation changes. That's 6.7. I think for now we'll upgrade the wind tunnel. And then the next upgrade we'll work towards, in terms of the car area, will be the car part test center. But I think the very next upgrade I'm going to drop on will be the race simulator. For that I'm going to need 5 mil. So we need another good weekend or two yet before we can go ahead with that. We have got a front wing coming up soon, in 20 days. So how many races away is that? Is that 2 races away? We're here. And then we've got Silverstone, and then we've got the wing, and then we've got Austria. So yeah, that's not bad. Next stream we'll be doing Canada, and then Silverstone, and then the stream after that, new front wing, just in time for Austria. We're going to have to emergency manufacture them to get them on the car, but it'll be worth it, I hope. And that again is a circuit where we could certainly make some money, if not gain some positions. I'm going to take engine penalties at Austria, so I can build up a bank of replacement parts, especially for Teo, what with his car being pretty much crippled. We are missing, as you can see, we are missing an entire engine, an entire ERS, and an entire gearbox from that crash he had at Spain. So we need to replace those. Plus, you know, we'll probably need, if I go to change, we'll probably need the same for Alex as well. I don't think those engines will get him through the rest of the season. Certainly he's going to need another ERS unit at some point, and probably another gearbox as well. So we'll do the same for both drivers. We'll get to Austria, we'll take a new gearbox, a new ERS, and a new engine for both drivers. We'll start at the back of the grid. We won't even run in qualifying, because we'll throw an accumulator on, a position gain accumulator, as a guarantee, and see if we can make a bit of money back on the cost of those parts by making up positions from 19th and 20th. So that's kind of the plan for when we get to Austria. We've still got 2 races to go before we get there though, so let's push time on to here. Got our preview and our race prep email, and that is where we're going to end tonight's stream. Another 2 races done. Tomorrow we will do Canada and then Silverstone, so do join me same sort of time again, around 10:30 UK time, for that. That'll be 5:30 PM Eastern for those of you stateside, and until then, thanks for watching. I'm Jim Bob, and I will see you all again tomorrow.